This is Learn to RV, and we are here with Thomas and Denise. And they're a really neat couple, but we are here at the Adventure Bandits Rally, and they just happened to say that they were doing some really special stuff. So let's start with, how did you guys get into RVing?
Well, that was about 22 years ago. Yeah, since
2004 we started.
Well, did you start with, did you retire or
No,
We actually were working.
we both were working. We're looking for fun things to do. We had a boat at first. And Denise said if I caught a fish and the fish wiggles, she wasn't getting on the boat. We sold the boat and bought our first RV. That was in 2004. And we've just upgraded until we got to the coach that we want. And we drive a nice Tiffin Allegra Red now. It's a 40-foot diesel pusher. And we're happy with it. It's a sweet ride. Yeah. We've been enjoying the life. Yeah, we've been doing it for a while.
So when you first started RVing, did you think that it was hard to make friends on the road? Way back, it was different. There weren't as many of us.
It was different. No, we didn't know people that was doing it at all. And we were sort of like a young couple doing it at that time. And we were saying, most people wait till they retire to actually do this. And we happened to stretch out and do this. But on our very first trip out of town, we went to a place called Fair Harbor up in
Perry, Georgia.
Perry, Georgia. And we met this camping group that was there called Merrimack's out of Atlanta. Okay. And we was like, wait a minute, these people are around our ages and stuff. Right? Yeah. So since they were there, we started mingling with them. And next thing you know, we joined that club.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that opened the waves and doors for everything else. And we was able to see exactly what was out there because they was more experienced than us. And they just told us about everything. They didn't have YouTubes and all that back then. You know what I mean?
No, you had to find the community.
You had to find a community.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
And we learned so much from them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Learned a lot.
Well, and I think that that's kind of the magic of it is the community. But as it's grown, it's changed.
Yes.
And so how did you guys get involved with the Adventure Bandits?
This so happened we started watching different YouTubers on television. Of course, the Adventure Bandits popped up the most. It was like, wow, they seem to be even younger than us. And, we're in our 60s, so they seem to be younger than us. We're like, wow, they seem to have this thing down pat.
And we started watching them on Saturdays. That was our TV.
Every
on
Saturday.
Watching them, the places that they were going and how they were traveling and moving around and about. So that encouraged us even the more to get out. And, the rallies and things that they were having, the meetups and things. So that was very encouraging to know that, to see how people were intermingling in the RV community. And the RV community to me is like none other. It's like none other. The people that you meet are like family right off. There's no boundaries. There's no guards up. There's no anything for hindrance. Everybody's like one big happy family.
Yeah.
So when you go to a meetup or you meet people, it's like, it's family, like a family reunion. So it's a different level of people.
Sure enough, yes.
That I wish that the whole world can be like RV communities.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's just that wonderful.
Yeah, no, there's a magic in the RV community that isn't anywhere else for sure. What kind of rig did you start out in?
We started out in a 30-foot with one slide Hurricane.
Class A.
Built by Thor. It was a Class A.
So you've
always been Class A's.
Okay.
Yeah, and a month later, after we went to that first rally, and we seen what those folks were driving. We was like, wait a minute, this is not gonna work for us. We traded it in 1 month and went and got the next level, 35-foot Adventurer.
Okay.
And I think it had 3 slides, maybe something like that.
2 slides.
2 slides or something like that. And we hit the road. As soon as we got it out of Tampa, we was down there at Lazy Days there. We drove straight to Key West that night, that evening. Straight there. Might have got there at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. They left the key out for us. We was able to get in and park. And we enjoyed that for about a year. And then we went to another camping get-together again. And they had RV owners out there. And they brought this pretty Winnebago Vetra out there. It's a diesel too, but we went and got that diesel pusher, and we kept that for about 12 years, I would say.
Yeah.
And then on my job, I got a promotion. I was the president of an organization called the International Longshoremen Association in Savannah, Georgia. It's a union outfit, and we load ships and stuff that comes in from off the seas. And that took, for about 3 or 4 years, that took so much of the RV life away from me. And decided to just come out of that and just do something different in the job. And we got back into RVing again. Then here we go. We bought the 4th one. We went over in South Carolina there and bought that Challenger and kept it for, was it 2 years?
Somewhere around 2 years.
So that 2 years, it ended August of last year. And then we bought this Tiffin Allegra bus last August. And that's when we started our page. The very first video was we showed us buying and trading our other RV in and buying the new one.
Nice.
Back in August.
Yes.
So what is your page? Let's start there.
Yeah, the Golden Life Travelers.
Right now,
All
we're
of
just
the
on
things.
YouTube.
It's YouTube.
Okay.
We haven't did the Facebook yet. We'll eventually get into that. But right now, we're on the YouTube YouTube channel.
And it took off. It took off. It could be around, a little over probably 12,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
Maybe.
13.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
in just a few months.
So what made you choose a Tiffin?
I just like
format.
I just like the floor plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want their showers. So I'm
Yeah, they got those big showers. They probably have the biggest showers in RVs.
and the best roof in the industry.
Yeah, that's true.
It's 0.7 millimeters thicker than all the rest.
How about that? Yeah, and
Wow.
it's well built. The cabinets,
The
either way,
cabinetry is awesome.
Have you met Bob Tiffin in
Yes,
person?
we have.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
We was at
He
the
is
last
such a
Tiffin.
sweetheart. He and his wife are so awesome.
They are.
He is.
Yeah, we were at Tampa Super Show down there, and he had one of his special editions, and we was in there, and oh man,
Wow.
they laid the carpet out. They rolled out the red carpet now.
They do.
Yeah, they
We're
rolled
actually
out.
planning to go over to Red Bay
Red Bay. Yeah.
to the Tiffin Company in July.
Nice.
And we're a part of the Allegra Club as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they take good care of their people.
They do.
So have you done a Tiffin rally yet?
We're planning. No, we have not done one yet. They're so booked.
Yeah. You have to get on the waiting list if you don't move right away. The last one that we saw, by the time we saw it, it was already booked.
And the way that they do their rallies is different.
But it's very well done. I've been
Yes.
to a bunch of them because we're a Tiffin benefit partner.
How about that?
They actually do a lottery type thing to select you to go to the rallies.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they serve you dinner and
Yes,
there's
they do.
nice dinners and there's great connections and there's activities and they do such a good job.
Absolutely.
So
We're planning on it.
different type of rally than this one. And so like, and that's the thing, the more rallies you go to, the more interesting they get because they're so different. So like there's going to be more seminars, there'll be more vendors. But at the same time, you'll have the education side of it, but it's always done
fun
at such a
side.
nice place. You know, they know their customers, so
Sure,
they get
sure.
that. So.
Absolutely.
Well, we're looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Going to one of their rallies as well.
So when I first heard your story the other night, as you were introducing yourself here at the Adventure Bandits rally, I was intrigued because you talked about your husband needing having some medical challenges. What's going on and how can our audience help you?
Well, I'm in need of a kidney. My GFR fell down to about a 7, and I was right on the brink of going to have to go on dialysis. But talking with the doctors, I asked them, I said, man, if y'all could just give me a chance to get out of this hospital and tell me what to do, I'm going to try to turn it around. And they really didn't have no faith that it would turn around at all. But I was weighing about 330 pounds. I weigh 210 now. So I lost 120 pounds and my GFR shot straight up to 20, but still not out of the zone for transplant, of course. But, that and Denise's commitment of changing my diet, helping me change my diet, and the walking routine, we actually started a little video series called, Walk for a Kidney.
For Thomas.
Yeah, for Thomas on our YouTube page as well. A lot of any of the content creators or anybody, family members and all, they do shorts or they do little videos and they send it to us. And I tag them or either I do a video and splice them in and letting folks know who's walking with me.
We'll have to do that for sure.
Yes, and it's picking up. It's picking
been
up
gaining a lot of
pretty good.
traction. Yes.
It really is.
People have been willing and wanting to send their video clips.
Yes.
He's CK'd polycystic kidney disease, and it's hereditary on his mom's side.
Yeah.
So that's where the issue comes in from. That's why he's in need of the kidney. The EGFR that he's speaking about is the kidney function number. And that's what they determine, whether you go on dialysis or get on the kidney transplant list. He started this back trying to get on the list last year, about in March.
March 12th.
And that's when he started losing the weight, changing everything around.
Yes.
He was put on the list. He's listed at Piedmont in Atlanta, Georgia. He went on the list there in October. He's also listed at Medical University of South Carolina.
Yes.
He just got listed with them this year.
Yeah, April.
As well.
April 1.
So he's listed in both those places. A live donor gives you the opportunity. It lasts a little bit longer than what they call a cadaver kidney, which is the deceased kidney. They work as well, too.
Yes.
So if one comes available, then yes, he'll take that one as well. But a live kidney donor, the kidney lasts a longer time. So that's why we're advocating for a live donor. Anyone willing to be tested, we would appreciate it so much, even if it doesn't match. Yeah. At this point, they don't look for matches. They just look for a willing donor to donate because that donor can still donate. And if it's not a match of his, then Thomas would go to the top of the list for a match, a kidney. And when one comes available, the first one that comes available with his blood type, he will get that.
Absolutely.
He would be moved to the priority status on the list.
That's awesome.
Yes. So that's why we're just advocating for anyone to just be tested on Thomas's behalf and willing to be tested and be a donor, a live donor for him.
If they're willing. Yeah.
We actually have a good friend out in the desert that we met years ago when my husband was active duty. Yeah. His name's Roy. And Roy was in his late 60s when he needed a kidney. And he got a kidney. And he's now in his late 80s. Wow. And so the reality is that can be a life-changing item. And they only gave him like 4 or 5 years to live. And he's outlived that by lots and lots of years.
Wow.
And we totally believe in that.
Absolutely.
But Learn to RV, the podcast was started last year. We're 65 episodes in now. And so it was a place where we could share people's stories. So that community spotlight, you know, in the RVing space is so different than in so many other places because you are real RVers.
Yes.
Yes.
So what made you not stop RVing?
I love the lifestyle. And I want to be here with this beautiful lady, our children, our grandchildren. We also participate in our church. We grew up as church singers and musicians. Nice. I'm a musician and she's a singer. And they count on us at the church a lot. And we've sung in all kind of groups. We tour with people and we like that life as well. And just to be around our families and that this great big family of RVers right here, I want to continue. And of course, when I heard about this news, about this condition, I was like, kind of a little depressed, didn't want to do nothing, sitting in my chair, getting bitter and all of that, you know. But then I thought thinking about, I'm still living and I can still do this until that kidney comes. So the doctor said, if you walk, you keep your body healthy. So whenever you have that operation, the surgery will go well. You'll be able to recover well. Yeah. You know, if you slop around, you might have complications, all that. So I said, well, I'm going to just walk and stay in shape. And my numbers change. And that's just what's been doing it for me. So I got all this energy now. I got rid of a whole person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And it's working.
If people were to find your channel, let's go over that one more time just so they can find you.
Golden Life Travelers, with an S on the end of Travelers, is our YouTube page. And that's where you can find us at. But we do have a QR code or a code that we can have if anyone's interested in donating or being evaluated to donate a kidney for Thomas. We do have that information as well.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
So let's go back just a little bit because a lot of what we see on the road is community centered. You know, friendship on the road. Would you say you've made more friends traveling over the years, or would you say that it's harder to find those?
Yes, more friends, way more friends.
And she don't meet strangers.
Way more friends. Yeah. I just love talking to
she
people.
Just walk up to a total stranger person she's never seen before. Next thing you know, they're laughing and giggling. You know what I mean?
Getting phone numbers, exchanging numbers.
I get so much. All right. So as things have changed for you, how does travel look for you now than when it did before you had the diagnosis?
In the past, we would travel from here to Vegas, here to the Grand Canyons, all the way to Anaheim. But because I'm on this list now, I can't go too far out of range. And so that we'll be able to be back in case we get that call. It could come any day. And we don't want to be, 3 or 4 day travel, getting to a center to have a transplant. Or, we would have to leave our rig, try to jump on an airplane or something like that. And that probably would just be a lot of complications. So we try not to be too far. We kind of stretched it a little bit, come in here. I do have the ability to make this drive within a 15-hour period, but there are frequent stops. Yeah. Every 3 hours I stop, get out and walk for 5 minutes. We'll get back in, we'll travel some more, then we'll sleep for 4 hours. Then we'll get up and do the whole cycle again. Next thing you know, you're home.
Yeah, for sure. All right, but you had lots of rain. So how have you been doing the walking thing here?
Yeah, well, I think it was 2 days we wasn't able to walk.
Right, because of the weather.
Yeah, and I came in and I did see the treadmill, but I didn't come over and use it, but we got out today.
And walked extra.
And walk extra today. So I usually try to do about 5 days. So, and then tomorrow probably wouldn't be a good day to walk, but I usually park way off at a rest area and I walk around in the rest area.
Yes, get some steps in.
Get the steps in and try to keep up with the time and the pace. and all of that, 'cause, we like I said, we stopped several times. Even at the Loves and the Pilot stations, I get out and move. I just keep the circulation and all. If not, my legs start swelling up. So,
and even when we're driving and have to drive and not drive our RV, if we're traveling and just driving in a car, we still go to the gym in the hotel.
Yes.
Or we'll find if at home, if the weather's bad, we do have a treadmill at home. So he'll get on the treadmill at home and get his steps in. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, no excuses.
No excuses is his motto.
I love the dedication because you don't always find that.
Yes.
So you're taking it to the next level.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah.
Mhm.
All right. Anything you tell the audience about not waiting to travel? My dad died really young. My dad was 61. I was never going to live this lifestyle. That was 13 years ago when we hit the road full time with our kids. And so we're weirdos in this industry to start with. But like the reality is, we've had so many people that say, just don't wait. What would you tell somebody that's like on the verge of like thinking about traveling? Maybe they're at the edge of retirement and they're just looking at the plunge. What would you tell them?
I wouldn't wait. I wouldn't wait on retirement at all.
At all.
At all.
Mm-mm.
Matter of fact, if you go ahead and shoot for it now, you don't have to start out big. We started out small, and then that way you'll know whether you like it. Just like when we bought that boat, it wasn't panning out. So thank goodness we didn't buy some big gigantic boat, and I have a hard problem trying to get rid of it,
Right.
But we bought a 20-foot angler, and it was easy to resell. So we started out in a smaller RV. We liked the lifestyle. We liked the people in the community, and we didn't wait. And there were people in their 60s, 70s when we started doing this, and some that was already retired. But we made a commitment to ourselves, that every month we're going to do something, whether it's in the RV or not, but most time it is. But we're going to do something as a family, and traveling was our thing. We love to travel.
We love traveling.
We love to travel. So please don't wait because you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know anything could happen.
Exactly.
Live that life now. Live it now. Because if you don't, you may regret it later. You might get some type of ailment and say, I wish I had got that RV. You know what I mean? I wish I was able to travel, and now I can't. So just live life now. Yeah.
And I would say the memories are priceless. The memories are priceless.
No
we
doubt
can
about
sit down and talk about how it was or trips that we've made. So in our mind, we've always said, if we're going to travel until we can't travel anymore.
Yeah.
And then at that time, we sit down and we live off the memories.
Yes.
We've made a lot of memories that we can sit back mentally, go through a picture album in our minds and just share. Remember when we did this? Remember when we went there? Remember we did that? We can share those memories when we can't travel physically anymore, if that ever came to that.
Sure.
So we live our life every day of making memories that's going to last a lifetime, precious memories that's going to last a lifetime.
Absolutely.
That we can sit down and share stories with our kids and grandkids.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. So my husband was 38 when he retired from the Marine Corps. We hit the road a year later. So he was 39. Everybody said, oh, it's a phase. We're in year 13 of that phase.
Wow.
So here we are.
How about that?
We've been full-time ever since. And so we traveled with 6 out of 7 of the kids.
Wow.
And so we still travel with 3 of them, 19, 16, and 14. We graduated kids from the RV.
Wow.
And so they live normal, healthy lives as adults now. And so it can change everything. And so, I do believe strongly in just living where you're at, when you're at. And I didn't want to ever do this ever in my life. So it was one of those things where I was like, okay, over my dead body, am I ever going to do this? And God said, yeah, that's funny. So here we are, and
exactly.
So the other thing I'd want you to do is talk a little bit about walking. Why is that so important?
Walking is very important because I didn't realize walking was going to be part of what's keeping me from going on dialysis. When I discovered walking was that important, I've heard about it. You see people do it on television, all the commercials and all of that. That just goes through one ear and out the other. But until I got into this situation, once I tried it and it worked, I started pushing people, said, listen, even if you're not walking for me, walk for yourself. Because it's going to change things in your body. You know what I mean? Your circulation. It controls my blood pressure. I had no idea. I can get up with a blood pressure, might be a little high, like 123 over, let's say 86. And if I walk 1 mile, it'll come back down to 115 over 79.
Wow.
Just walking. It's just simple. One of those 16-ounce bottles of water and get out there and walk. But I do 2 miles, most time 2.5 miles, 5 days a week. There's some weeks I do the whole 7, but mostly there's 5 days a week. And I just encourage everybody, just for your own health and your own benefit, I'm a living witness that it works. And it also kind of pushed the weight to come off fast. Food alone wasn't the only key to this thing. You had to combine it with the walking. And that helped, man, the pounds start dropping off just like that. You know what I mean? And in a short period of time, too. Some people say it take a year to lose, 100 pounds or so. I think I did it in about 7 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and I don't look sickly, I'm not as strong as I used to be. I don't have muscles and all. So I just walk around with little weights now from time to time trying to build the muscle back up. You lose weight, you lose the muscle as well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I just encourage everybody if they don't do anything else, if no other type of exercise, walking is a key. It'll keep you alive.
That's awesome. Now, do you walk with him?
I don't walk with him every day. Maybe about 3 days out the week or whatever, I'll try to walk with him. I'm diabetic, so that's why I'm not a donor, but I do walk with him about 3 days a week to try to give him some company and encourage him. But I really would like to challenge everyone today to walk on behalf of Thomas's getting a kidney. I challenge you. I ask you to. I ask everybody to advocate for a donor for Thomas to get a kidney. We have the information that we gladly should share, but I challenge everybody to get up and make a video, make a short video, send it to us, and Thomas will put it on our channel to appreciate everybody and let others know that there's other people out there that's walking in solidarity with Thomas for a kidney. So I challenge everybody to do that today.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
And thanks for sharing your story. That's so important. That's what makes this whole RV industry go around. It's our stories.
Yes.
Thanks again for
Thank
coming on.
you. We appreciate you too.